Hey, Faith Listening family. We are so excited that we get to be back together for service this week. But just because we're going to be back together does not mean that everything is going to be back to normal. We're going to be doing a lot to practice social distancing and some of the best health measures. We're working to be in compliance with the state health directives. And so I just want to talk real quickly about some do's and some don'ts as we come back together. For instance, we will not be passing an offering plate. You can continue to give online, or we'll have an offering plate at the back of the sanctuary that you can drop your offering in at the end of the service. Another thing we won't be doing, we won't have a greeting time. And we also will not have a coffee shop fellowship time at the end. And because we're trying to reduce the number of common surfaces that we're touching, we will not have the coffee machine running.
I want coffee.
So those are some things we're not doing. Some things we are going to do is we're going to ask you to sit together as a family. And so this will mean we're not having children's church. We're not offering nursery, again, to keep in compliance with state directives. And so we're asking that you keep your children in the service with you. Now, I know the prospect of keeping your kids in service may make some of you uncomfortable. Rest assured, my children will be the loudest. And as your pastor, I'm going to do my best to make sure my sermons are a little shorter than normal, to be respectful of the fact that we've got children and maybe some adults with shorter attention spans in the service. We're just going to be taking some extra precautions to make sure that we're social distancing, keeping everybody safe. And I would really encourage everybody to just be extra sensitive and respectful of other people's social distancing preferences. There's a lot of different responses to this situation. Some people are much more comfortable locking down at home. They think that's best and they frankly enjoy it. And others think that this is overblown and ridiculous and they don't want to social distance at all. We just need to be respectful of each other's preferences. So if you see somebody with a mask, give them a little bit of space, give them that respect. We've removed some chairs out of the sanctuary to help make social distancing a little bit easier, to kind of abide by that 6-foot rule. We've also put chairs out in the foyer, so if you can't find a spot where you feel that you've got enough of a bubble in the sanctuary, we'll set up some chairs out in the foyer and give you as much space as you need. We're going to try and reduce the number of common surfaces that we're touching, so most doors will be left open or held open for you. Bulletins will be out on a table. We will not be passing them one person to another. We're also going to provide some crayons in Ziploc baggies and some coloring sheets to help occupy your children if they get a little bored in the service, and they'll be out on a table as well. We're just asking that whatever you touch, you end up taking home with you. Again, so glad that we're going to be back together, but please be conscious and courteous of other people's needs. And let me just reiterate, if you are a person who is at high risk for transmission of disease, or if you have any pre-existing conditions, please remember you have to make responsible decisions for yourself. Anybody who wants to stay home, we want to bless you, we love you, we want to see you, but we also want you to stay well and to stay safe. Looking forward to being with you on Sunday, celebrating Mother's Day with you. Just remember, I'm not your mother. I'm not going to police this. You have to take responsibility for yourself. Looking forward to seeing you. God bless.
I said cheese.